Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Quant, whose current price stands at the $124.2 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 1.35%. And in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, and also draw out any key chart patterns that we have information on this chart. And allow me to kickstart the video by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the Quant chart. From the all-time high, we had been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $40.1 mark, and after seeing that low, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures, and that is better seen here on the 4-hour chart. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in blue, which is a fractal wave completing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side after seeing our high at around the $229 mark. That completed the formation of that high Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side, and after seeing that high Elliot wave count 1, whatever I expected next is a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and I believe that is what has been playing out over here, making our low in the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2 at around the $94.4 mark. And now my primary scenario is that we're in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upper side, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 by connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $399.7 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect Quant to do once we continue obeying the Elliot wave structures and continue pushing even higher. And jumping to the 1-hour chart to give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out here on the Quant chart. You can see here on the 1-hour chart, after making our low at around the $94.4 mark in the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And before I give you the scenarios that I expect to play out basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, it's good that I draw out a key chart pattern that is in formation over here, which is giving us a bullish breakout. And if I have that chart pattern over here, it's an inverse head and shoulders pattern, having that as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. Then we have seen the formation of the head down there, then we have seen the neckline, then we have seen the right shoulder on this other side, and we have seen a bit of a breakout to the upper side out of this chart pattern. But from the movements that we are seeing over here, this seems to be much of a retest of the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders pattern in this movement right here. And after seeing the retest, whatever I'm expecting next is a bounce to the upper side. That is the breakout out of this chart pattern, and this is a chart pattern that gives us a breakout to the upper side, having the minimum target area of the breakout as the height between the neckline and the head. And using a trend line, we can get that height between the head and the neckline, and then place it above the neckline to give us a minimum target area to the upper side. And that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $149.9 mark, and that is the minimum that I would be expecting Quant to do once we see a retest, a successful retest of the neckline, and then continue pushing higher. And in that movement to the upper side, that would be also obeying the Elliot wave structures that I have over here, because you can see after making a low in the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2, we have seen a movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave 1, then we have seen a wave 2, then I believe we're in the formation of this wave 3 to the upper side, which is an impulsive wave. And because of that, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation over here. I expect to see fractal waves in formation over here, having a wave 5 of those fractal waves completing the formation of this wave 3 to the upper side, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 in red, using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $151.3 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect Quant to do once we see the breakout out of the inverse head and shoulders pattern, and also continue obeying the Elliot wave structures to the upper side. So there are chances of making it back above the $150 $2 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and that is my short-term scenario that I'm expecting to play out here on the Quant chart. Also taking a look at the indicators here on the RSI, we are trading at around the 39 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side. Also taking a look at the MACD, on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that would mean our prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.